and gentlemen. Welcome to the 7-Figure Fashion Business Podcast,
where we talk about the fashion industry and how to get your fashion business to 7 figures.
From manufacturing strategies, cut and sew designers, to fashion hot topics and the latest fashion trends, I'm your host, Monique.
And I'm your host, XYZeee. And let's jump into today's episode.
Hello, everybody. This is Monique speaking.
You know who it is. It's like, welcome back, man. Thank you for tuning in.
Thank you for tuning in. Oh my God, you guys are really cool. Like every week, we've been getting
we get
listeners.
Yeah, I want the listeners to speak up. I want to know who it is that's listening.
Right? Who are you? Where are you? Where are you from?
We have a very consistent
listenership. Yeah, which is really cool. You know, we're I don't know, less than 10 episodes in at this point, and it's really cool to see the fashion community kind of support us, and like even people who aren't in the fashion community listening and like really being entertained by the episodes and loving the conversations. Yeah, it's been pretty dope.
Feedback so far been good.
Yeah, people think we're hilarious.
Yeah.
One thing with my mom, when she listened to the episode, she was like, y'all just be cracking up the whole time.
I have to send it to my mom. I'm just a little nervous.
I mean, you don't have to, but
I want her to listen. I want family and friends to listen. My family and friends didn't really listen yet.
Yeah, they don't have to.
Yeah, they don't have to.
I like the organic people that find us just because they love listening to the conversations. I love that.
I need the truth. I feel like family and friends tell you the truth, so I need the...
I feel like family and friends don't even know what they talking about. Absolutely not.
They don't.
The opposite of the truth will come from them. The lies. Because family and friends will be like, you know what you need to do?
Right.
Cut
they
that
do.
out.
They have like big ideas.
Right. Versus the people so far who listen, they're just like in love with it and all that stuff. So it's really cool. This past week we came out, well, whenever it was, we came out fairly recently with the Shane Justin post. Let's talk about a little bit like that, because that is out of nowhere kind of blew up on
TikTok. That blew up on TikTok. Follow us on TikTok, 7-Figure Fashion Business.
The post was your idea. You was like, you know, this is going on right now, so let's kind of speak on it. Talk a little bit about it.
So Shane Justin had this big sale and his orders was backed up, and a lot of people was so mad at him on social media, and we stepped in as designers, as you know, having our own clothing brand. We stepped in and kind of defended him
a little bit until we saw like, okay. Well, in the post we were talking about, like, we were reading his comment section where people were mad about like delaying shipping and everything, and I was saying like, oh well, you know, sometimes when you order from a small business, that 3 to 5 business day shipping is more like 15 to 20, and then you were like, oh well, it was a Labor Day sale, and at the time it was like mid to late October, and I was like, all right.
looking a little bad.
Looking a little sus.
But can I tell my experience with Shane Justin?
Of course.
I ordered from Shane Justin a lot. So every time, I think I ordered probably 3 to 4 times. Every time I order, I do have problems. My first time I ordered, the wrong color came. My sister ordered her outfit. Hers was too small. So I think, the second time I ordered...
Turn off this alarm.
We talked about so much stuff. Why did you just turn off now? I don't got no more alarms after that. After 2 p.m. is no.
Oh my God, you guys.
This is every episode. I'm sorry.
Anyway.
We learning.
No, you learning. But go ahead.
The second time I ordered, my shipping was late and I got the wrong color.
Okay.
Again. And then the third time I ordered, my stuff never came.
All right, girl.
So
you ain't tell me all that. I thought let me tell you guys. So she always talking like she loved this man. She loves Shane Justin collection. Loves supporting Shane Justin. Great experiences. I did not know every time you ordered.
I stopped ordering from him.
Girl.
So when people grinding him up, I'm like, I know what you're talking about.
But you refuse to grind him up, even though you're having the same experience that they're having.
But that's how we get into the small business.
Yeah, but that's not
that's not
cool.
But when you ordering from these big brands and they having these big sales, you just take a risk
because
you taking a risk, and that's what we was talking about.
I don't want people to think
it's not an
excuse.
It's not an excuse, but
I think you're making excuses. Now, I was all for it when I thought that you had great
experiences. Every time I order, something goes wrong. But I think that's what comes with Instagram business.
Absolutely not. That's not. See, and I think that's a problem, that people are going to think that, oh, well, when you order from a small business or Instagram business, you should expect
something.
No, you should expect unprofessionalism. I think that is a very low bar, and I don't want people to feel like they can't order my brand off of Instagram or social media because they're going to expect
But it's reality.
Business.
It's the truth. Nobody expects bad business, but what was it?
I think that might be his reality or his truth, but that is not the truth of all of us for sure.
But his boyfriend Jisoo Woo, I never ordered from him. Oh yes, I did. Mm-hmm. I had a good experience when I ordered from him. Nothing. I don't see him getting bad reviews. Jisoo Woo.
Mm-hmm. I don't know. I don't like that. I don't like to hear that though, because like that's very disappointing. I
spent $400. It was the Black Friday, so I spent $400 on all the stuff. It never came. Then when I emailed them, they just was like, "It's not in my hands anymore. It's in the post office hands. We can't control the shipping." So you know what I think he did? I think he just created the label.
But never shipped it.
Never shipped it.
See, I don't like that because then people are going to start painting every business with the same brush.
Look. One more thing. Jay Nice, she sells cookbooks. Not related to fashion at all. Mm-hmm. Just another black business from Instagram. Mm-hmm. I ordered a cookbook from her. Mm-hmm. Never came.
I think that
never came.
You're supporting the wrong businesses.
No, this is the risk you got to take from these Instagram.
It's not a risk you need to take. I don't think that that's a risk you should take. When people order from my brand, they get their clothes and it's the right size and the right color. I've never
the brands with high demands.
Okay,
when it's
yes, and I have lower demand because my prices are higher.
Too much pressure,
and I also like that.
The overrated brands,
But I've ordered from LA Lisquet during her Christmas sale last year. And it might have been like 3 weeks, which was fine. I don't think the shipping said that it would be either less or more than 3 weeks, whatever. Mm-hmm. But when I got the items, it was the items and they were the correct size and whatever. So I'm wondering if I have ordered from any other Instagram popular brands or whatever.
But the pandemic. Do you think that the pandemic has changed the post office?
I was shipping all through the pandemic. My sales were crazy during the pandemic. I had started making custom face masks and doing 10 packs and 20 packs. I was like really into giving back to the community and essential workers. And my customers all got their orders, all got the right colors, all got the right sizes. And I was getting like 200, 300 sales per day. And between me, my mom, and my sister, because it was the pandemic, we wasn't trusting anybody else with us because health reasons. We wasn't sure at that time, if COVID was COVID and COVID was COVIDing. But all them shipping orders were correct.
I think the pandemic messed up the post office
world. You can
world.
read, you can see on your order slip, it should say the order number, what they ordered, what the address is getting sent to, what's the color, what small, medium, large, and blue, pink, yellow, and then you put that item in the bag and you ship it. What's difficult? Reading is fundamental. I don't understand. You saying every time you ordered, you didn't it was the wrong color or the wrong size, or it didn't come at all? That to me is unacceptable.
Yeah.
Unacceptable. But God bless America and small businesses and stuff. But I just think
I like Shane Justin.
This is from the person who orders from him and never gets it right. And you like it. I'm not saying that I don't like him. I'm
just inspired by him. That's all.
I don't think that's an inspiration. Like, anytime you told me that, of course, I have never ordered from him. I'm not as familiar with his brand. Right. But it's weird to me that you're saying you're inspired by him, but you've ordered from him 3 times, and each time was a bad experience.
Not the business side.
You were inspired by his what side?
The fashion side, the creative side, the art side.
The side that don't ever come in the mail?
No, just him building his brand up.
But it's not a good brand that he building from your personal experience.
Right. But I think
and the experience of the people in his comment section.
Right. We don't know.
We need to find another brand to support. You need to find another brand to support. Because
I haven't bought from him in so long though.
But you talked to me about him as if he was like doing a really good job. So I was thinking like, oh, this guy is doing really good. But the customer experience has to match.
Mm-hmm. I feel like each brand has a bad side.
Where is each? Where is the each? Because I've ordered from more expensive brands that were Instagram businesses or got popular on Instagram, and I've never had a bad experience. Never. I think you're picking the wrong people to support.
I think when there's too much of a high demand, I think you're taking a risk when it's a high demand.
But they should also be communicating with their customers like, hi,
right,
this is going on with the factories right now, or this is going to take a bit longer because we had to order 100 more or whatever. Like during the pandemic, especially, people were sending messages to their clients like, hey, shipping isn't going over the border right now. Mm-hmm. So this might be 6 weeks or it might be 12 weeks, but they need to communicate that with their customers so they're aware. You're saying none of this was ever communicated with you, and you had to reach out first to find out what was going on. Mm-hmm. That's a problem. If you have to reach out to find out what's going on, then to me, that's bad business. You, as the business owner, should be communicating with your customer ahead of time what their expectation.
On his website, it says, because of COVID, because of whatever, instead of it being 7 days, it's 14 days. Something like that. But it was longer than 14 days.
I've been shipping this whole time. And my customers get their stuff between 3 and 5 business days if it's something in the store. And they get it between 2 weeks and 3 weeks if it's a custom item, which is also communicated to them on the website via email. And if there's any holdup or anything at all, I communicate with the customer that and ask them what would they like to do moving forward.
Right. I don't know. I think you learn from other people's mistakes too.
Yeah, and that is a mistake to learn from. I'll tell you that one.
But at the same time, we really don't know. So I know he got a warehouse.
We really don't know. I don't know.
We don't know what's going on.
I don't know, and I'm not going to speak on it because
if you want to clear your name, come on the show.
Come for real, because
we got some things to talk about, Shane.
I really want to know because I think that.
What's going on? And it's the way it's talked about on TikTok. Mm-hmm. He is relevant on TikTok.
Right. He put out a post saying, like, I am not a scammer. I want to address the scammer stuff.
Yeah, but he only put that on TikTok.
Oh, okay.
He didn't even put that on Instagram.
But I thought that even when he posted that, even when you sent me that he posted that, I'm like, oh, well, that's good that he's addressing the things and whatever.
Right.
But now hearing even your experience, which matches the comment section experiences, I'm like, well, wait a minute,
Mm-hmm.
But wait, so let's get into some Kanye news real quick because
Kanye is in the news.
Kanye has been a hot topic for.
Are you team Kanye?
The past 3 weeks. I mean, I don't have a team. But I do want to address some of the things as it relates to fashion. I'm not going to address whatever his comments were that people were offended by, but the fashion contract part I think is interesting because Kanye, as we know, has had a deal with Adidas for a while.
8 years now?
Maybe.
It's a 10-year contract, right?
Girl. Before that, he was with Nike, and he left that contract to be with Adidas.
Really?
Yeah. So when Kanye signed with Adidas, I assumed, and I believe he said, like, it was because the deal was so much better, and he was getting more ownership of his brand and all those things, which is why he went to Adidas. However, if you remember, throwback to him arguing with Sway, like how Sway was a reaction to Sway telling Kanye, like, hey, I think that instead of you going with Adidas, I think you should just start your own brand, start your own thing, manufacturing and all that stuff, and not go with another company. And Kanye's response was, how Sway, because he said he had already lost so much money trying to do it on his own, and he really wanted somebody or a brand with the infrastructure of manufacturing to produce it because he was tired of trying to figure it out on his own.
I think that was smart.
I think that was smart too. We talked about this in an episode. Like I said, when we were talking about manufacturing, I said it would make more sense to have or buy out a manufacturer that already exists versus starting your own manufacturing company.
Right. Sway had a point.
I
feel like either way was taking a risk.
Right. But Kanye was explaining he already took that risk. And he wanted to go another way.
Yeah. Now he's saying Sway had the answers.
Now he said Sway had the answers.
I wish we could see what road he would have took if he would have took the other way. I wish we could see the outcome.
We saw it. He said it didn't work. That's what he was saying to Sway at the time. He said, like, I already spent money trying to do it myself, and I don't have the answers. And Sway don't have the answers. Right. And nobody has the answers, but Adidas had the answers.
Right. Adidas needed Kanye. Kanye needed Adidas.
At the time, for sure.
Yeah, but now stuff comes to an end. Everything is temporary in life. It's just the money, the business side.
But remember,
the trickery.
Adidas wasn't trying to let Kanye out the contract. I mean, according to Kanye and other reports, Yeezy brand is responsible for millions of dollars that the Adidas brand is making every year. So they never wanted to let him out of this contract.
Right, of course.
But I think what's interesting about what's going on with Kanye now, and as it relates to the Adidas deal, Kanye said he wanted to be let out the contract. He said, I don't want to be in this contract anymore. I am at the place where I can do the manufacturing. I can figure it out. I have enough money. I have enough knowledge of the industry now where I can do this on my own. And I want to do it on my own so that I can have control over my Yeezy brand. Adidas wasn't letting him out the contract. Kanye then goes on Drink Champs and says, I could say some anti-Semitic blank and Adidas still won't let me out the contract. I saw that as a dare. Like, I saw that as, I'm about to do some stuff and I dare you to let me out this contract. And I think because he then said the things that he said, which again, I think was a dare to Adidas, like, let me out this contract because I'm going to keep going off. I'm going to keep going crazy. Right. And Adidas finally had to take that dare because everybody else was like, we letting Kanye go. We letting Kanye go. We letting Kanye go. So now Adidas is like, oh, I guess we got to let Kanye go. Right. Because we can't support these comments.
Right. Do you think those comments is even real? I think he just said those to get out. It's all a part of his plan. I think he just said that to get out of the contract. I think it's more to it. I think it's stuff that we don't know. So, of course, Kanye is going to look bad right now. But he's probably really being smart.
I think Kanye don't mind looking bad.
Yeah, that's what it is. Yeah. And I think it's just the fashion industry is, everything has its dark side. So
everything has its dark side. And remember, in another post too, an interview, Kanye said he didn't even want the Yeezys to be that expensive. Yeah,
he didn't want He said, but they forced him to
exactly. He said he wanted things to be more reasonably priced. Yeah, and he wants to be able to do that on his own.
Yeah, and he hates that his Yeezys get resold.
Yes. Yeah, and I guess he felt like if they were $20, $50, it wouldn't be the brand that it is, but also it wouldn't be the brand that it is. Like
they needed each other. That's what
they needed each other because. And I'm so excited. Adidas had the marketing plan that made it work.
I'm so excited for what's to come with Yeezys.
Really? Yeah. You don't feel like any pushback as far as like his comments?
No, I think people still going to support him. Yeah, I think people are going to understand that he did that to get out the contract. I think he's going to make that clear.
I think he will too in time.
Yeah, in time.
I think that he's going to go on an apology tour, but a sincere one. I think like out of nowhere he'll be on a new medication. I think Kanye should have like a bipolar medication commercial. Like, you know how Khloe Kardashian has a commercial for migraine medicine right now? I don't know if you know. Yeah. But I think in the future, Kanye could have a commercial for a bipolar medication that quote unquote solves his crazy problems. And if he starts acting normally again.
I forgot he was bipolar.
Oh, really? Yeah. No. That's what people are saying. Like, oh, well, so don't forget he has mental illness. Don't forget he has mental illness. But let him start acting like normal and sane again. Then come out with a, yay medication for bipolar syndrome, and then Ye is normal. $1 billion industry. $1 billion. And then he's going to go on the apology tour. You know, he still has the Sunday service. Very Christian male. He has the Donda School, which is a foundation that gives back to children and organizations and all these things. And he could go deeper into that as a part of his apology tour. And then after he does that for a couple of years, all of a sudden the new Yeezys will come out under his brand, under his label. And I think another $1 billion.
Yeah. And he working with Adidas. He know how to do it now. He know the ropes. So I think Adidas probably might come back and try to sue him, or you don't think so?
I'm not sure what that contract looked like. This is the importance of contracts. Right. But from what a couple posts said, like they said they let him out of his contract. Like that was the wording.
That's what he needed. That's what he wanted. I mean, he wanted to be let out. He couldn't just leave.
He couldn't just leave. And I'm wondering if when you get let out of a contract, if everything is null and void.
Right.
Is it? I don't know.
Kanye, come on the show.
Come on the show, Kanye, please. Oh my God.
Clear your name.
Clear your name. Kanye, now I know you want to be on the fashion podcast. Yeah. Let's talk about fashion.
Let's talk about fashion. Let's get into the meeting. These other
these brands don't care about you.
Yeah, these other platforms.
Yeah. If you want to support a platform and lift them up, lift it up. Kanye, please rise us.
Would you sell over your brand?
Would I
to a bigger brand?
Would I sell my brand to a bigger brand? I would, like, you know how, like...
When he was saying some brand, they own... All the big brands, they own Fendi, they own Gucci, like they own Balenciaga.
Yeah, for example, like LVMH, the stock, ticker number LVMH, Louis Vuitton, Moet Hennessy, owns the Louis Vuitton brand.
So it seems like every
Fendi
brand
Christian Dior brand, in alcohol, Moet Hennessy, like, you know. So, yes, they're all under one conglomerate. And then there's another... brand or company organization that owns a lot of the other bigger brands. So what he was saying is absolutely true. If you get into the stock market and look into what these companies are actually doing with their numbers and what brands and trademarks they own, you'll realize it's all the same families.
Yeah.
It's all the same families.
He was saying too that they were trying to put him on mute.
Who?
They were trying to the people he signed to?
In the music industry or
no, in the fashion industry. That's what made me a little scared. Cause I already overthink. So I already thought that, like, oh my God, when I get big, blah blah blah.
But you can't be put on mute if you own your thing. And exactly. I think that was the whole gimmick.
So would you ever sign over? Oxymoron.
No, but I don't need to. Like at the time, he didn't have the structural and manufacturing knowledge that he needed. Like I went to college for this. Right. My first job was in a manufacturing warehouse. You know, I've been doing this already for 14 years, so I don't need all this extra help. Like I've built relationships along the way that have given me enough knowledge to be able to do my own thing, which I already do. But yeah, no. But you know how like smaller, like for example, like Drea, she partners with Fashion Nova for limited collections. I think that's because Drea don't have a structural or knowledge of that. And I think that makes sense for them. But if you are a fashion brand and like this is your thing, like what? Right.
So somebody... Oh, go ahead.
No, I was going to say like, why would Vera Wang need to sign with Fashion Nova?
Speaking of Vera Wang...
Let's address.
I have something to say. I was wrong.
You're right.
I said that Alexander Wang. Alexander Wang is actually a male.
Which I knew.
Not a female.
But in the last episode, we kind of, or in one of the most recent episodes, we were talking about Alexander Wang, Alexander McQueen, and then Vera Wang.
And I got them mixed up.
For sure.
And that is bad on my part, being as though that we are in a fashion business trying to report fashion news, and I am reporting the wrong news. So Vera Wang is the one that actually started when she was 40.
Yeah. But, you know, maybe some people knew what we were talking about.
And I am sorry.
But real quick, though, I wanted to talk about Balenciaga. Because you know how Balenciaga was partnered with...
Okay, wait. Before we get into Balenciaga, one more question.
Okay.
So somebody came in, walked in, and offered you $1 million for your brand. Take your brand to the next level. Is it a no? Because you don't want to hand over your business? Because you don't want to hand over your name?
What do you mean? I don't know. Probably no. Like, somebody can invest in my company. You can, as a investor, invest in my company for the company to go to the next level. But I don't think that I would give my company name to Louis Vuitton to put it under their fashion house.
Okay. And you wouldn't want somebody have like a percentage, like 10% of your business?
Yeah, that's what I mean when I say they can invest in my company. Like, they can have 10% of my company, but they can't
just take over the whole thing.
Yeah,
okay. You know how rappers, they'll sign a bad contract and it'll mess up their whole career?
Yeah. And I'm sure you can do that in almost every industry, even the podcast industry. Yeah, you can sign a bad contract. That's what Joe Budden and all those Spotify issues were.
Really? Wallow and Gilly just signed the contract.
Yeah, but their contract was good.
They signed them.
They had the knowledge by the time they signed the contract to ask for the right things and to get the right deal.
I think somebody said they re-signed to them. So did they have a bad contract before?
Maybe they were threatening to leave after their first initial contract was up, and they offered them so much more money because of the impact that it has had. Yeah. So you get a bad contract in every industry, but that's why you gotta be smart. If you don't have the money to hire a lawyer or a team to look at contracts, then you need to know all this information on your own. Yeah, and know what important. These words
the business
mean.
Side, so important.
It's very important.
Balenciaga
said they have cut ties with Kanye West. Did you see that?
No, they
said they cut ties with Kanye West.
But I don't know. What is Kanye even going to hurt from all of this, anyways?
Is Balenciaga going to hurt?
Is anybody ever going to hurt?
Balenciaga just came out with a trash bag. Very hefty,
and they came out with a bag of chips.
Their trash bag, which looks exactly like a Hefty trash bag, all black trash bag, is $1,700. I almost feel like
it's art.
Absolutely not.
Hashtag.
No,
it's fashion.
Is it fashion or is it a trash bag that you're charging $1,700 for? I almost feel like Balenciaga is making fun of homeless people or something. Like, and then like they had the muddy runway, and these may or may not have been Kanye's idea. It is a publicity thing for sure. But I think that all of these ideas are very Kanye-esque, you know? I think that the style of creativity and fashion and art being viewed at in a different way. Like Kanye West also wanted his line in the Gap to be in trash bags. Yeah. So I'm like...
I wonder what that was about.
He wanted people to dig through the trash bag to find their size. In his collection in his hoodie and the Gap locations, and Gap didn't want to do that, but they did end up doing it in other stores. And so I'm wondering if Kanye was behind the trash bag idea for Balenciaga. I don't know.
You can sell anything.
Can you? I want to know who's going to buy it. Let us know in the comments.
I haven't seen anybody buy it yet.
The trash bag or the Lay's bag? Or
the Lay's bag.
Yeah, the potato chip bag. Yeah, I don't know. But I need to come out with collab with Cheez-Its or something. I tell you what, you can put some cheese in these bags.
I wonder who idea was that and how did that even get approved? I'm pretty sure they got a panel of designers and they gotta go through this person.
And they said this is the one.
And they said yes. And that made it to the website.
But you said I don't know if you saw, but a lot of people online were saying this is a copy from smaller brand designers that came out with bags that were chips or M&Ms or whatever, and Balenciaga or whatever. Yeah, Balenciaga is copying off of smaller brands. So you never know.
They copied off the girl. She I forget her name. It's this designer, and she makes clothes out of sneakers.
Oh, yes.
I'm so mad that I don't know her name. Because she deserves this promo. But she makes
beautiful pieces.
I love it. It's it's fashion. The art.
That I will say is
the art in it. Who thinks of that?
That's and it's beautiful.
Yeah. So Balenciaga took that design.
Did she have
and turned it into a bag?
Did she have a trademark? Did she have a patent?
I don't know. Gotta do research. I'm
just wondering. I hope that you designers are listening to this and
maybe.
But then the other thing is, it's so expensive to get trademarks and patents for stuff. It's like us small designers, we don't really got all that to do, and then like hire a lawyer to put it through and all that stuff. Like, you just gotta protect your brand the best way possible. And sometimes the best way is just by having a good following of people that's going to tag you under people that copy you and be like, this is a copy of ...
Guess.
And then so everybody else knows.
Guess had copied the Telfar bag. And everybody on social media was going crazy. Guess removed it within a day.
And that's what I'm saying. So maybe sometimes that's your trademark is your fans and your followers just being on these bigger companies' necks.
Bigger brands take from smaller brands all the time. Yeah,
because they think nobody's going to notice.
Because
they're like, oh, well, this company only has 10K followers and we have,
which is the truth, because nobody notices. That's really the truth.
Yeah.
Because only 10% of the world know about you versus 90% of the world know about us. So.
Right. That's very true. I guess we can close this one out. Guys, let us know. Tag Kanye West. Ask him.
Everybody tag Kanye West. Tag
to come on this show.
Kanye, we need you on the show. This is a fashion podcast.
For real.
We talk about
to us.
Fashion.
Talk to us, yay.
And you are important in the fashion. We need you.
We want to hear from you, your perspective. I'm telling you. Drink champs, what they know? They know about the music industry. But come on here,
come to the fashion.
Let us know about these contracts. Like,
exactly.
Why?
Exactly.
Talk about the reason why you went with Adidas over Nike and why you went with mass manufacturing over building your own.
Exactly. Come support the black women.
These are good conversations to have. But we do have some interviews coming up.
Yeah.
With some cool brands. Actually, we have an interview coming up with a brand.
Don't say the name.
I'm not going to say the name.
Oh, okay.
We have an interview coming up with a brand that a bigger brand copied their
and I can't wait until they talk about it.
Guys, you have to stay tuned in.
And we're going to get into the episode. I'm not going to speak on my opinion on it, but it's amazing. Not amazing. But just watching them start their business up and a bigger brand copy them.
Right. Sometimes
this little small business from Philadelphia.
Right. Sometimes it's like what's the saying, like mockery is a form of oh my God, I'm completely butchering this. Mimicking is a form of flattery or something like that.
You want in the fashion world, you're going to copy.
Right. But it's nice. Like, oh, look, Louis Vuitton copied my design.
Yeah.
I must be doing something right.
Yeah, I must be doing something right.
And then you can run a whole campaign.
Yep.
For that too. Like if Louis Vuitton or a bigger brand copy your design, you need to run a campaign advertisement talking about how you can't believe this company copied your design and you need to support my label because this big company is copying and you need to support the original, the underdog.
Yeah.
And then that will give you so much sales.
Yeah.
For real. Run that ad right now. Even if nobody copied you.
Take advantage of that.
Run that ad. I might run that ad.
I feel like in the fashion world though, I feel like you can get rich off of lawsuits.
For sure.
In
any world you can get rich off of lawsuits, honestly.
But in the fashion world, everybody copies off of everybody.
Yeah. I don't don't know if you can get rich off of lawsuits in the fashion world, actually, because
getting rich off of lawsuits.
Because sometimes you can claim that it's not a copy. Sometimes
right.
Sometimes it's just a pair of jeans,
mm-hmm.
and they may not be.
Yeah, it probably might be hard.
It might be harder.
Yeah.
Either way, make sure you count your blessings before you count your money.
Bye.
Bye.
See y'all next episode.